know, but
I'll choose my answer if you don't
this
mind.
gentleman has just made a point, and we would like to see your opinion on that point, because it's very obvious
15
that what's
people.
going on here is in.
As per the health regulations
Yes,
that you've
but-
heard and that you can see, 15 people.
We understand. You already said that. We
sorry.
do understand. We get that. This man's just said that he was at the Cenotaph and there was 200 people there.
I wasn't at the Cenotaph.
We know.
Doesn't matter.
Right, okay, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. So I go back to the point I made, and I've made it to you before, and I was here. I'm not here to make a judgment on the validity of the arguments you have, the message you want to get across. I'm not interested in that. What I'm here to tell you is, today, as we stand here now, the regulations say 15 people.
Well, which there's 7 here at the minute.
There are more than 7. I'm content that there are more than 15 people here.
But what's the distance where you recount and start from 0 again? Are those people at the top of the hill included?
Which people?
Well, there's people, like you see them from here. If you look, there's people at the top of the hill.
I'm trying to keep this as simple as I possibly can. And I'm
Okay.
sure you're looking for as many permeations as you possibly can.
No, I just want to. Is
But I'm
that woman
explaining
part of our
as
group
clearly
over
as I
there?
can. As I did the last time, I was as clear and open and honest as I could be with you guys the last time you were here. It's 15 people.
But and what's the
Hold on,
distance?
Christian. Were you honest?
Yes.
Have you not got some police actors in last time?
In the trees, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, I saw them.
Yes, yes. You know what I'm talking about.
Not actors, just plainclothes, weren't they?
There were no plainclothes officers here at the last.
So who were your officers speaking to that were in plainclothes under the trees? A lot of things you've no idea about. That's the frustration here. We seem to be more well informed than you guys about the facts of it.
So in relation to dispersing, which is what I'm asking you all to do, my request is that you disperse. That's my ask of you. I have no interest in giving folks tickets in the months and the days and weeks leading up to Christmas. I have no interest whatsoever. None. What I would like is for everybody to disperse. It's less than 15 people.
I'd like the government to be honest and not to use you guys who are supposed to protect and serve us to just carry out their will willy-nilly without any sort of due diligence and investigation of these laws or these statutes or these acts that are completely immoral and have no justification in health or the well-being of the people at all. If you expect us to believe you're operating in our best interests, we're not stupid. This has gone on for decades and decades and decades. The police working for the elite, serving the big guys, not serving the people in the street. You carry out your little orders, you're just order followers, and you're perpetuating this horrible, this gulf between what you should be and what you are.
As an officer, do you have a choice?
Well said, sir. Well said.
The officer that spoke at the last protest said that you actually have a choice on whether to enforce certain laws if you believe that they infringe on basic human rights.
So folks, if you have a question, I have no issue with you submitting that question through our press office. If indeed you are accredited press, I have no idea whether you are or not. But if you are, then you know the right mechanisms for that. So by all means, submit your query through the press office.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'm here
Can we
to
just
ask.
clarify though the 15? I just want to know, where can I stand where I'm not in 15? Are those people over there far enough away to not be deemed part of our group?
I have no idea. That group, which group? The folks standing right
You
beside
see over
me?
there, you see the guy, the yellow and blue jackets?
I'm dealing with the people around me right now.
There's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. But the bottom line is, I've asked you all to disperse. So you've heard the warnings. I'll give the warning again in case anybody didn't hear. But I think he's dead. My preference is on Remembrance Sunday, and I'm respectful as well. My preference is that people have made their point. I'm not here to argue with the point that you're making, and actually I'm not even here to stop your right to protest. You can still do that with 15 people or less. What I'm asking you now, there's more than 15 people here, is to disperse.
Do you know the point you're making?
Many points you're making, yes. There's many messages.
Did you explain to these people what your duty is as your job actually as a police officer?
Yes, it's to protect the public.
Correct.
Yes.
Protect
Not
the life,
just
protect
everybody
the
here,
property,
but
and
everybody.
keep the peace. Okay. And as you know well, full well, in Train Centre, you would thought that simply to enforce a black and white piece of legislation, if it's not to actually achieve one of those main aims, it's actually a criminal offence called malicious prosecution. You're aware of that. You're taught that in the training centre.
You're speaking as an ex-police officer?
Yes.
That's
That's right.
right.
I'm a trainer.
Folks, I'm
You're
not
answering that, so fair enough.
I'm not here to
And at
get
each
into an argument
time,
with you
each
tomorrow.
time when you're enforcing law, it has to be for one of those reasons contained in Section 32 of the Police Act Northern Ireland 2000.
I'm here today for this legislation you can see behind. But what I'll do now, folks, is I'll have another audible warning put out so everybody hears it as well.
Sorry, you're here to
I
protect
don't
life,
want-
protect property, and to keep the peace.
Just to be clear, it'll be clear, I do not want, my objective here today is not to hand out a load of tickets and to enforce the coronavirus legislation. That's not my intent, but I will do if I have to.
And we also
So
be
you'll have to
absolutely-
excuse me for now.
we
Thank you.
also be absolutely clear.
Yes, sir.
That breaches against humanity will be prosecuted in the future.
Thank you.
When we take part there. Thank you.
Okay, let's get it on like Donkey Kong.